This is the historic town of Pitman, New Jersey, home of all the king's men, which is quickly becoming the mecca of chess in the Philadelphia region. And on this cold January afternoon, a very special event will take place at all the king's men. Alisa Melekhina is coming to give a simultaneous chess exhibition. Alisa is the second highest rated female player under the age of 21 in the United States. She will be competing against 20 opponents simultaneously, many of whom are among the best chess players in the area. To conduct a simul of this caliber successfully demands the highest level of skill, concentration, and stamina. For the simul giver must constantly be analyzing at the same time, not one, but 20 boards. In addition to this, each opponent has a lot more time to consider their next move. This is because the simul giver moves relatively quickly from board to board, whereas her opponents do not have to make their next move until she returns from all 20 boards. In chess, you win, lose, or draw. For Alisa to complete the simul with no losses would be an extraordinary achievement.
My name is Stephen Arnold Dick. I'm owner of All the King's Men. We're here today with Women's International Master Alisa Melekhina, and who will be our simul giver for today. She will play 20 boards in a chess simultaneous. Preparation for that, I have some questions that I would like to ask her. Maybe we can get a little insight into a great chess mind. So, how are you feeling today?
I'm a bit nervous. This is my first simul, so I'm not really sure what to expect.
Okay. Did you do any preparation for the simul whatsoever, or to what level have you prepared?
Yeah, I tried looking up some of the players, but most of them don't have any games in database actually. So there's not really much I can do. And that makes it harder because I'm used to playing in open Swisses where I can usually look up a player even if it's 10 minutes before the round.
You're currently the number 2 ranked woman under the age of 21 in the country. When people find out that about you, what kind of reactions do you get?
Well, I guess it depends who finds that out. Usually if it's just people from school, they don't really understand how ratings or rankings work, and they're just kind of a bit surprised that I play chess in general, whereas in the chess world, it's not really a big deal.
Okay. A lot of times around here at the club, we talk about the computers and the strength that computers have come, and now we have Ripka that's out and rated over 3,000. And a lot has been written about the strength of chess computers nowadays. They often beat the top human players at this point.
Yeah, they do most of the time.
Exactly. So, but when you're in reading a lot about what's said about this, some of the top players feel that computers have taken away some of the mystery of the game. What do you make of that?
I think it depends what they mean by mystery. Actually, computers are more helpful not for their analyzing capabilities, but because you can look up your players' games in a database and prepare for them, and you don't have to go through books or old archives to do that now. I think that's what the bigger problem is with computers. And there are positives and negatives with that. And I think in the end it creates a balance because you will prepare against an opponent and they'll prepare against you, and then it just becomes another aspect of the game where it's who's better at preparation.
Okay, and obviously the computers in terms of speed would facilitate that whole thing so that it's not as time consuming as it may have been without the computer.
Yeah, it's possible to prepare for an opponent really well, maybe 15 minutes right before the round. I've done that before.
Wow, okay, interesting. So I think you've answered somewhat the next question I had, which was what do you use computers in your studies?
Oh, definitely. I don't know any top-ranking chess player who does it at this point.
Okay, all right. So let me ask you this. We'll go off on that. You and I recently became friends, or about to become friends, on Facebook. I read your Facebook page, and it's you for a young woman of your age, a sophomore in college at Drexel, right? You have some very classical interests, ballet and jazz dance in general, correct?
Yeah, I've been taking ballet since I was 6. That's my other thing, other than chess. Even though I'm way better at chess than I am at dance, I'll never get to ballet.
And you make a lot of reference to classical, if I may, philosophers and philosophy in general. So I fashion you a little bit as a philosophic type of person. So relative to the game of chess, when you look at the game of chess, do you see it as a war game, or do you see it as a game of art?
Well, depends if you see chess as a game at all, and it can certainly be construed as an art form. It definitely has aesthetic value, and then I think the other side of it is that it can be considered a science where you kind of use logic and everything to get down to the point where you're winning, and it has both aspects of it, and it definitely has a lot of philosophical value to it, and I don't know, I guess it depends. When I'm competing, then I really get into the competitive aspect of it. When I'm just analyzing games, then I really focus more on the aesthetic value.
Interesting. I just think maybe I just learned the missing part of my chess game, the philosophical side. So I doubt it will help me, but maybe I'll give it a shot. I've tried everything else. You often hear people refer to the game as a sport. So without prepping you a little bit with how I feel about it, how do you feel? Do you see it as a sport?
No, not at all. I see it as a game, but what I would consider a sport would be some kind of competition where what you're trying to do would be susceptible to the laws of physics, whereas like basketball, soccer, whereas chess, like the board, the pieces, they're mainly accessories. You don't really need them. I mean, you can play chess in your mind. So it's more of a mental exercise, similar to mathematics, debate competitions. But I don't see it as sport. But I don't think that detracts from the game. And I think some people want to equate chess with sports to kind of increase the prestige of it. But I don't think it means that.
Interesting. Exactly. Well, I'm not sure if it's exactly, but it's certainly right along the lines of how I feel about the game itself. I don't really think it's a sport. To put it in more simplistic terms, I don't see any athletic, physical, much like you said, physics. I don't see any athleticism, although stamina might have something to do with it in long tournaments.
Well, I don't see how it would involve more athletics than curling or archery, but actually chess is a very physical or athletic sport. I mean, it's very stressful, it's very nerve-wracking. I've lost a lot of weight just playing chess. I mean, over the summer when I went on my marathon with chess tournaments, I think I lost some pounds after that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very stressful.
The top 10 players in the world, almost always men. So, do you have any theories as to why women have not been able to enter this elite realm?
Well, I definitely don't think it has anything to do with any biological innate factors. It's more due to societal implications, if you will. I just think women, they don't... Well, first of all, when you look at the statistics, I mean, men completely outnumber women at tournaments, and I think it makes sense, like, statistically, that there would be more men at the top, and that there are certainly women who can play as well as men, and I mean, I don't think it makes sense to say that men play chess better than women because, I mean, if you look at it this way, I usually beat a lot of guys when I play chess and they're lower rated than me, and just because I do that, you can't say that women play chess better than men. Just like if there are more men at the top, that doesn't mean that they play chess better, because chess uses ratings which are the same for men and women. So if you get a 2300 woman and you get a 2300 man, you expect them to play the same. So I don't think that says much, just because the statistics work out that way, just because the distribution works out the way it should.
Okay. All right. So last question. I read a lot of chess books, not necessarily chess like to study the game itself, but about chess, the art, the history, the things of that nature, by biographies. So, a common theme that I see running through, more common than one might expect, is, and it's sort of a pseudo, I guess we could say there's a pseudo-scientific cause and effect, okay? It can be linked to chess and insanity. At the very least...
Which one's the cause and which one's
yeah, exactly. Cause being chess and the effect being insanity, I guess. I don't know, but I guess you could look at it either way. But I think, as you've already said in a previous question, at the very least, competitive chess anyway, can be very stressful. Okay, so do you ever worry that your passion for the game, okay, will affect your mental health?
No, I don't worry about that because I see chess as a hobby. I mean, I'm going to school right now. I don't see it as the main focus of my life. But going back to that pseudoscience thing you brought up, I would like to see that study because usually when they come up with correlations between two things, you can pretty much come up with a correlation between anything, but that doesn't imply causation. So it's not really clear which one is the cause and which one is the effect if there isn't even a third factor involved in that.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly. That's why I use the phrase pseudo sort of science. It's really not.
I mean, it's not only in chess. You get that in a lot of other, art for sure. You get Van Gogh, greatest artists.
Sure.
You get greatest physicists. And I'm sure there are plenty of chess players and artists and geniuses that are just normal.
That are just normal.
And I think they get more attention, but that's definitely not representative of the entire college. It's a good one. Well, my favorite chess player of all time is Bobby Fischer. Yeah. And, I definitely like Garry Kasparov too. I've met him several times. He hosts the semi-annual Kasparov training sessions, and I've had the pleasure of analyzing games with him.
So, Tony, you have any strategy for playing Alisa today?
I'm just going to try not to make mistakes, play solidly as I can. Hope that, she's got to be playing 20 people, and there's some other strong players. Quite a few A players, B players. So
now, is she going to be white on all boards, you
she's going
think?
to be white on all boards.
So you really can't say what you're going to do. It depends on what she does.
Yeah. I admit I looked up some of her games online.
She
might mix it up. I'm actually quite curious. When Alex Linderman did the simul, he would play E4, D4, C4.
He mixed it up.
All different openings against all people.
Now, what does she usually play? Do you know in her tournament games?
It looks like she plays E4 and she plays the King's Indian attack. I can see you being there.
Now, what's your strategy for today?
Well, I don't want to talk too loud because she might get this.
Have you ever played Alisa before?
No, but I've followed a lot of her games for the past couple of years.
Is she E4 or D4? E4's. You gonna do a little? You gonna do a little Sicilian maybe?
And she's probably gonna play the same thing I play against it. So I expect.
Vote for me.
I expect to do. This is probably what I plan to do if she does play.
Show me. Yeah.
This is the type of setup I want to have.
I haven't been in a tournament since the day after I went to Libertyville to see you. I did okay. Not as well as I was told.
Probably like this one, like some kind of way like this here. So then the whole idea would be
I had a positive score, but
she
my
plays
rating
like a first move this here, but I have to play that so that her attack she has to come here. So of course she would be trying to get something like that.
I played a little.
Trying to break open the center, something like this.
Sometimes you have to lose.
Or something like that.
All right. I'm interviewing here. This is Steve Leverich. He's one of the club chess players here. One of the best chess club players. He's about a 2,000 player, but he decided to opt not to actually participate, but just to be in the peanut gallery and watch the simul. So what are you expecting to see today, Steve?
Well, I think Alisa is going to have very good results because she has just so much talent. I predict that she'll have 18 wins and 2 draws.
18 wins and 2 draws. Very interesting prediction.
Yes.
Very interesting. Okay, thank you very much. Special strategies for today?
No, just play solid moves. Hope that she plays D4 against me because I prefer to play some sort of Queen's Gambit type stuff rather than.
You're hoping for D4.
I'm hoping for D4, not E4. Of course, she's listening over there, so she'll probably play E4. We'll end up with a Caro-Kann that way then.
All right, pass it on.
Okay.
Who do we have here?
My name is Larry Dulaney,
And what's your rating?
1770.
Okay. So what are you hoping for today? You got any like special ideas or hopes?
Well, I've played Alisa once before when she was closer to my skill, about 5 years ago, and I lost that game, so I'm probably not too hopeful today. But I haven't ever done too well in these exhibitions with master players, so I'm still looking for a draw or something myself. So maybe today I could get lucky. We'll see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who do we have here?
My name's Joe Casey.
Okay. What's your rating?
1650.
Okay.
Hopefully, maybe I can get a draw today. I'm looking to just play safe, and I'm looking for E4, not D4.
Not going for the win, though, huh?
Nah, I don't think I. Yeah, going for the draws.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Right back.
Who do we have here?
Hi, my name's Ken Horan. My rating's in the low 1800s. My goal is to survive until at least move 20. Alisa plays very well. I've examined some of her games online, and she's got a bright future ahead of her, I have to say. And I just hope to give her a good game today. All right, here you go.
Yeah, I'm Sal Geraci. It's great to have Alisa here at our Pittman Chess Club, and my goal is to try to get to a middle game if I can, and I don't see it going much further than that, but I'll do the best I can.
Survive to the middle.
Survive to the middle game, that's it. Okay. That's my wife, Kathy.
Hi, I'm just here to watch. Have a good time.
This is your wife, Kathy.
Yes, it is. That's Ira.
Hi.
We're chess buddies.
Okay.
Who do we have here?
Nate King.
And what are you rated, Nate?
I'm not rated.
Unrated.
Unrated.
Rated wonder.
That's right.
So what is your strategy for today against Alisa?
Last 20 moves.
Someone else said. It seems to be the magic number here, 20, right?
Yeah.
To the middle game?
Oh, you know what? I'm hoping to get to the middle game.
Yeah. Now you're unrated to see.
No problem.
Who do we have here?
I'm Kenneth's father.
And you're going to be in the tournament, huh? Silo?
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
good luck.
Jennifer's-
So how do you think,
in
is
Jennifer's,
your son like a budding young chess player?
He's been playing for a little while, for a year or so, self-taught, never took a lesson, but enjoys the game, and we're here to just enjoy the whole experience.
I'm sure it'll be a good experience for you.
We think so. We're fortunate to to have an opportunity to be here. He thinks of it that way, and we're here to enjoy it.
You're a chess player?
A little of a chess player, yeah.
You didn't feel like jumping in and playing yourself?
I gave up my spot.
What's your son's name?
Kenneth Jr.
Ken.
Just wave to the camera.
Today, do your best. Thank you.
I say we all put $1 down, and whoever gets closest to her actual score wins the pot.
What do you think? Just at the Stephen.
Oh, she's watching me. I can't say. I think she's going to do well. I'd say 18 and a half.
Two green chips.
Okay, the two chips are Alisa's gonna walk around in a looping fashion, and when she comes to our board, we're expected to move. So especially in the beginning, she's probably going to be moving rather rapidly. And if we're stumped as to what to do, we get two passes. If we don't know what to do, we give her one of these chips. She probably won't. We'll probably just put on this side of the table, and that gives us a pass. So then she can keep going around, and then when she comes to us again, we're expected to move. If we still can't move, then, or we can save this for later, then we can give her a second chip. But now, whenever she comes to us, we're going to be expected to move. Now, ideally, it's best to save these until later in the game, because when you got the full 20 people here, you're going to have a long time between moves, so you really should be able to move by the time she comes. If you're lucky enough to get down to one of the final boards, it's really going to help if you have one of these left because,
Strategy is to hold your chips if you can.
yeah, that's going to be my strategy.
So this is Orlando. Orlando, what's your rating?
Right now I'm at 1800.
1800. So what's your strategy for today against Alyssa?
I'm not really sure what kind of strategy I have, but I'll just play whatever, whatever thing I like to play.
Have you ever played her before?
No, never.
First time. Do you know if she's E4 or D4?
It doesn't really matter.
You're set for anything.
I'm set for anything.
Okay. We'll talk to you. Do you have any other comments?
Yeah. Well, actually, whether D4 or E4, I have the same response to it.
Oh, very interesting. One size fits all.
Yep.
What are you hoping for here? Do you think you're going to get any strategies?
Well, I'm probably going to play the French if she opens with E4. Other than that, I don't know what I'm going to do, and I'm hoping to last at least 10 moves.
10 moves. Now, most people were saying 20 moves. Come on, you got to be positive.
Yeah, well, you see, I know my limitations.
You've been known to pull out some very good games at times, though.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that said. I've also been known to play some pretty bad games, so maybe today I'll be on and, last 12 or 15 moves or so.
Catch up with you after the tournament.
Okay, talk to you later, Ira.
What are your strategies for today? Give away your top secrets?
Pray.
You've been known to have some tricky moves.
Yeah, well, I've been known to have some very bad ones, too.
So, you think she's going to do D4 or E4?
Well, probably an E4, I would guess. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Pass it on.
Lee D'Onofrio.
And Lee, what's your rating?
1838.
So do you have any big strategies for today or top secrets?
Some unorthodox opening preparation, that's all.
Hoping for a win or a draw?
Oh, draw would be great.
You going for the win?
Draw would be great.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Who do we have here?
My name is Joseph Tan.
What's your rating?
I'm about 1900 like him.
Okay. And you have any big strategies for today?
I'm going to move the pieces when she's not looking. See if she notices.
Have you ever played Alyssa before?
No.
First time, huh?
I played in Simul's before. I've never played her.
What do we have here?
This is Cliff Batesel, yeah.
President of the Woodbury Chess Club.
Yeah, hi.
And what's your rating?
About 1750 approximately.
Do you have any secret weapons for today?
No, just take my time. Yeah.
You're playing for the win or the draw?
The win, of course.
Right. Some players going for the draw, but I like
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Hardest player I've ever played before in the simul was Macau Tao. I've played in the simul against him.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah.
When was that?
A while ago, Ocean County College. Wow. Yeah. Thank you.
That's interesting.
Is it really? Sweatshirts with a picture on my guy.
Do you want to talk about
No. Here you go. Next guy.
Our simul giver. All right, Alyssa needs really no introduction, but let's give her As most of you are already aware, she is an international master, rating of over 2,300. She is the second highest rated woman player in the country under the age of 21. And I think she is currently on the February list as number 10, regardless of age. So, you guys have got your work cut out for you, all right? As you know, Scotty, may I use your, do you have it out?
It's actually daydreaming, but you can show it.
Okay, so, 7, and I'm not good with his last name, Alyssa? Meridian? 7 Meridian. He is the founder of the North American Chess Association. He was gracious enough to donate the newest electronic scorekeeper on the market, USCF approved, known as eNotate. We have 2 of these available. They will go to the winners. If anyone should beat Alyssa, you will get one of these. The simul rules are as follows, okay? Alyssa, of course, will play white on all boards. She will, as she makes her first move, you will wait until her return to your board, okay, before you make your moves, okay? So, and that goes for each move. Do not move your pieces until she comes back. She needs to see where you're going, so she doesn't have to figure it out, all right? So, wait till she returns to the board. The two chips you have in front of you are passes. Okay, there's no clock on this event, at least not in the beginning. So the passes are allow you to take a pass if you're not ready to make your move when she returns to the board. Simply hand her a chip, she will pass you, and then when she comes back, you can make your move or you can use up your other. I was going to open it up to a few questions for her, but I think we're kind of running right, like we're 10 minutes after. So, you know, if after the simul you want to chat with a listener, I have a question for her. We did do a documentary, I was shooting some film. I asked her a lot of questions. I'm sure some of which you may have asked. So, but I think feel free, if she has a few minutes afterwards, you wouldn't mind answering a few questions. Taking some photos, if you want photos. We have the little, you know, photo opportunity room back here. You can go get a photograph of that nature. Any questions? Okay, so without further ado, you're on. All right?
So I thought you must be like seriously exhausted.
I thought you did great.
Yeah, I don't know what stuff I was losing in some of the games, and I got lucky, and then I ended up drawing.
But you didn't lose any.
Yeah.
And you were playing some pretty strong players, like a little under 2,000.
Yeah, it was tough.
And for your first time, I think that's great. Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Job well done.